Hello everyone. Greetings. So I'm Jenny and this is
Liz.
great. We'd just like to tell you a little bit about the workshop that we're planning to run on Saturday, the 7th of September around Collapse and Emergence. And Liz is going to tell you a bit about the part that she's mainly holding around a truth mandala. And then I'm going to come in and tell you a little bit about an embodied visioning practice that we can do together. And it'd be really wonderful if you'd like to come along. So over to Liz.
Yeah, so Truth Mandala. An invitation to speak the truth from the heart. Welcoming other expressions, not only words, sometimes a song, a movement, a gesture, sometimes silence. Being witnessed, coming into the circle, being held by the circle in a sacred space to speak our truth in response to what is happening in the world, how that's showing up in our own lives, what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, how what's happening in other parts of the world impacts us deeply, because we are all part of an interconnected web. Speaking the truth is a way to unblock the stuckness that sometimes we get into, maybe a lot. I don't know about you, but I certainly do. Emotions need to be in motion, right? So we're moving energy in these practices. Naming our fear. What is it we're afraid of in these times as we witness the unraveling of our ecosystems, as we see the destruction of the places that we love, as we are kind of caught up in social fragmentation, political polarization, global wars unfolding in other parts of the world, our institutions, perhaps closer to home, not managing, not coping, failing, we might say, food systems, very fragile. There's a lot of fear in response to that. In naming our fear, can we find our way to the other side, which is our courage to, despite our fear, to step into a larger sense of who we are, and stepping up to the call of these times. So naming our fear, naming our sorrow. We grieve for what we love. The depth of our sorrow is also the depth of our love. And in opening ourselves to those tears, or whatever way sorrow might manifest for you, we may also really unlock our reserves of love to call forth our passion to protect that which we love, including ourselves, but our societies, our people, our loved ones, and this beautiful planet. So naming as well our emptiness. Sometimes emptiness is a valid response to grief, to overwhelming circumstances. Not knowing is a creative place to be, but it can be a frightening place to be, in a world that encourages the quick fix, the easy answer, the technological solution. Perhaps we don't know how to fix it. And in admitting that, like we might be an addict in a 12-step program, I'm powerless, I don't know, I can't fix this. What grace may come from that place? So yeah, and also naming our anger, hey, that anger, a wise teacher of mine says, anger is the God-given emotion to restore the boundary that has been violated. It's how we draw the line. It's an energy to say enough, no more. The harm, the destruction, the poisoning, the death dealing stops here now. And in naming all those things, we invite transformation, we invite a softening into our deepest humanity. And from there, creative energy and insight and wisdom can flow more readily.
Thank you so much, Liz. Good, yeah. And even as I see Liz speaking about that, hands go onto the body. So, there's something in there about that, isn't there? So we're going to also follow it, as Liz says, this truth mandala with an embodied visioning practice. And this was shown to me by Otto Scharmer a few years ago. And I've offered this to people, maybe a dozen more occasions. And to me, what's really wonderful about this embodied visioning is that we can access within ourselves what I might call a compass that we're coming to trust. Yeah. These different ways of knowing that Liz has just spoken of. We're in this sea of information, aren't we? There's so much information. There's so many different paths we could take. And to me, what's really beautiful about this very simple practice actually is about 15 questions. And in the middle, there's this lovely piece of embodied visioning. That we can actually really access something very fundamental in us. Something that goes, yes, that's what my part is to do, you could say. This is what it is mine to do. And also we're gonna develop this a bit more. So we're going to do it as a communing practice. There are going to be opportunities where we share this sense of what is coming through us with each other. And then this communing of, and when someone else speaks that or moves in this certain way, something else happens in me. So these kind of points of like where something joins and something collective comes in our response in these times of great challenge and great opportunity. And how that might lead us into more of a sense of the beloved earth community, more of a sense of how we gather to bring our different aspects to join into the whole. So this can help us meet our need for clarity, for purpose, for connection into something bigger, eh? So yeah, wondering how that all feels to you all.
Cool. Thanks so much, Jen. Thanks everyone for listening. Please be in touch if you'd like to know more. Bye for now.